Hello everyone, this is Sukhada Akole and we are going to talk about another feature in the series of prokaryotic cell structures and functions. The first feature that we are going to talk about is the plasma membrane. Membranes are selective barriers which allow certain ions or microbes to enter within the cell. Now, most of this membrane is generally made up of proteins and lipids. Their ratio will vary depending upon the species and genus of the prokaryote. Talking about the lipids, they are amphipathic in nature, which means they are structurally asymmetrical, which means they have polar ends and non-polar ends. The polar ends interact with water and are called hydrophilic ends or hydrophilic molecules. The nonpolar ends are called hydrophobic as they do not interact with water or any outside environment. They are situated within the cell or inside the cell. Cell membranes are very thin structures, basically between the range of 5 to 10 nanometers. So it becomes very difficult for us to actually see and find the structure or what are the things present inside the plasma membrane. So a technique has been developed which is called as freeze etching, which can cleave the plasma membrane exactly into the half through the middle portion. By using this technique, we have seen that the plasma membrane consists of various different proteins, lipids, and other steroid-like molecules. The widely accepted model for the plasma membrane or the structure of plasma membrane is called as fluid mosaic model, which was given by Singer and Nicholson. Now, this model distinguishes between two types of membrane proteins. First is called as a peripheral protein, which are loosely connected to the membrane and can be easily removed. The second type is called as integrated proteins, which are embedded within the membrane and which cannot be easily removed. Now, these integral proteins generally have two types of molecules in them or two types of ends in them, the hydrophobic end and the hydrophilic end. The hydrophilic end interacts with either the outer environment of the cell or the inner environment of the cell, whereas the hydrophobic molecules are embedded within the plasma membrane as the plasma membrane itself is hydrophobic in nature. The plasma membrane contains protein channels, globular proteins, glycoproteins, integral proteins, peripheral proteins, surface proteins, cholesterol, and lots of carbohydrates. The model which best describes this kind of structure is called as a fluid mosaic model. Now, these three words, fluid, mosaic, and model, have some meaning. For example, the plasma membrane is fluid in nature, which means it can take any shape whenever necessary. Now, this property of plasma membrane is important because without this fluidity, the organism will not be able to adjust itself in the environment. Plus, since this is a semi-permeable membrane, lots of molecules do come in and out, and in doing so, the transport proteins or the transporters open and close. This movement of opening and closing will change the shape of the plasma membrane. Therefore, it is necessary that the plasma membrane remains fluid. Now we call it a mosaic model. Mosaic means that these proteins or lipids are randomly embedded in the plasma membrane. Wherever and whenever it is necessary, these integral proteins or transport channels for that matter will get themselves embedded and they can move through the plasma membrane so that wherever there are more molecules of food available, all these transporters or all these proteins will move to that portion of the cell, therefore creating a mosaic. which means there is no fixed position for these glycoproteins or surface proteins or integral proteins or cholesterol or carbohydrate molecules for that matter. Therefore, because of its fluidity and the changing positions of its integrated molecules, the plasma membrane is depicted by a model which we call as fluid mosaic model.